Hey everybody, I'm going to go ahead and do the Perfect Palette tag. I've seen quite a few people here do it. I didn't get tagged. I'm kind of like, I wouldn't say I'm new to palettes and to makeup in general, but it's probably something that I just became passionate about within the last year or two. And definitely getting to know a lot about palettes. My favorite brand in general of eyeshadow is Urban Decay. So that probably, you know, whenever I start talking about my palettes and talking about best packaging and things like that, you're going to see that I have a lot of Urban Decay. I don't have a lot of palettes, and I think I really realized that now that I've seen everyone doing these perfect palette tags. People have an enormous amount of palettes, and I almost feel like I have too many. So, I don't know. I mean, I did just buy 2 new palettes over all of the holiday set time and with all the sales that were going on for Cyber Monday and Black Friday. I'll show those palettes whenever I get them. One of them is a Lorac palette and one of them is an Urban Decay palette. So, okay, the first question or the first tag or the first part of this is best package. And I have to say in general that these Urban Decay Great and Powerful Oz palettes are really nice packaging, both of them in general, because of their compact nature. They are sturdy, they open, and you can pop the colors out. I'm not going to right now, but you can pop each of these out and replace them with other ones. So for instance, if I was traveling and I liked some of the colors from this palette and some from this palette, I could intermix them so that I only would have to carry one palette with me. Or eventually, whenever these run out, I can replace them with the regular Urban Decay colors. So in other words, one of these will pop into this. So that makes it really, really easy. So as far as best packaging, I would definitely say these Great and Powerful Oz Urban Decay palettes are my faves and have the best packaging. Best color payoff, I would probably say my old and true steady favorite, which is the Naked palette by Urban Decay. You can see that I have worn it out. It is my favorite palette. I use this palette. I use Virgin and Sin as my base most times. You can see that Virgin is almost used up. I recently had to buy a single of it, which I haven't started using. I use, when I just do my everyday makeup, a lot of times I use Buck or Smog as my shadow color. And I use Dark Horse to do my eyebrows. So it's a palette that I use a lot. I couldn't live without it. I have seen and looked at very closely, because I have several friends that have the Naked 2 palette, and I'm not a big fan of it. The Naked 3 palette that is new, it does definitely look more promising and like something I would possibly get. But I have a feeling that when this really wears out, I'm probably going to go ahead and buy another Naked palette just because I love it so much. Most versatile, the Naked Urban Decay palette. Again, best for travel. I mean, I think that these are nice for travel, but I don't know. I would be afraid that they would get hurt. I travel with this a lot. Another favorite travel palette has been this NYX Wicked Dreams palette, only because it has just about any color that I could possibly need when I was traveling, and because it was a low-cost palette, I would not be heartbroken if I left it in a hotel or it got lost or broken or something like that. I believe that this palette was under $20. So, and it has decent color, good coverage, very blendable shades. I also bring my Naked palette with me whenever I travel. You know, depending on like what I'm doing when I travel. But this is a good everyday look. Like I could wear these colors to work. I could wear them out anywhere. I just love this Naked palette. Okay. Biggest regret. I hate to say this about this palette, but I really was crazy about it whenever I first purchased it, and I really have not used it. It is the Urban Decay Smoked Palette. It's got really nice packaging. It has the zip around it. And the colors are really beautiful, but I have not used them. So that's the only reason why I'm going to say it's my biggest regret. But I really think that it's something that I have to revisit and start using again. So maybe, you know, with winter, being in winter season right now, it might be a good idea to try to revisit some of these colors. You know, I have definitely used some of them. I really like the mushroom color that's in here. And I love these bold greens and blues and this beautiful purple. And these light colors are really nice, and I probably should use them. There is Freestyle and Kinky, which are both really nice colors, and I probably should give this palette another try. But I would just say it was my biggest regret because I thought I was going to be crazy about it, and I wasn't. Best color names? Well, in general, I think Urban Decay has the best color names in any of their palettes. And I think that in the Great and Powerful Oz palettes, it's the one thing I didn't like about it was because you can't see the names on it. But I like the names that are in Urban Decay in general, just in the Smoke palette and in the Naked palette. Least used, I'll go back to saying the Smoke palette. Most used, the Naked palette, for sure, without a doubt. Most loved, the Naked palette. What palette I would want on a desert island? The Naked palette. I can't help it. I love it. You know, my other least used palette, I don't know why, but I had to have this. It was a very inexpensive palette. It is the Eyes, Lip, Fat Face. I don't know what it was called, but it literally has like every color in the rainbow. And I mean, they are really nice colors. The color payoff is not really nice. It's not very blendable. I haven't gotten rid of it just because I feel like I might need one of these colors at some point. So I keep it around and don't give it away, but I really should give it away because I just don't know that I'll ever really use it. It was probably a waste of money. Thankfully, it was super cheap. I think I paid $10 for it, but... So that's it. That is my Perfect Palette review video. If you've done one, share it with me here on this page. If you have any comments about my palettes or maybe any suggestions about a future palette to use based on the ones that I show you here as my favorites. I have seriously been wanting to try a Lorac palette, and I've heard really good things about Too Faced eyeshadows. So if either of those are ones that are your favorites, and you know of maybe a palette that I could try out that's similar to the Naked palette, I would like your suggestions. Thanks for watching, and take care. Bye!